chasing them all half. Look at the squeeze. They turn it down. Now watch the heady play. Gets the guy from behind. You stick the derriere back towards him and you lean forward and you convert with that kind of talent. Great footwork to set his guy up. And look at the numbers, 17.
And he's also, Bill, played with 4 fouls for much of this half. The shot.
He came down on the floor, Vern.
Lavin over there.
They got the shot they wanted here on that high pick. And right here as he came down, just a funny, right there when he reached back, actually ended up on the baseline.
I wonder if he just hit a wet spot.
Yeah, you know, it could be, and a fluky kind of a finish as his foot went back towards the chalk mark there.
Not already with a bandage on that.
Well, they had that
right knee.
He had that operation early in the year, arthroscopic surgery, and in a sense it did hurt or curtail his improvement as a player.
Yeah, Bozeman with 4 assists and no turnovers so far. Coming up, Creighton, Illinois, the tip just about to take place. NC State at UCONN, and California, Pittsburgh at approximately 2:50. Early report from Dallas, Texas over Mississippi State, 8-3. Ryan Walcott on now for Bozeman.
Now they're going to have to run some different things with Ryan Walcott on the floor. Get everybody else involved. Still the matchup.
1-point game, Stokes. 39 for the day. In the corner, McElroy not there.
Look at that follow. Ooh.
And Capono does manage to get the rebound for UCLA.
Good hustle by McElroy.
Now Ryan Walcott, 94-93, under 2 to go. Winner goes to San Jose in the Sweet 16. Barnes. 15 on the shot clock.
Zurich took 2 guys with him on the inside. Billy Knight seizing the opportunity, but not a good trip for UCLA. Very fortunate to be able to convert that late in the shot clock, coming up with a tough J. And just here you can see Zurich gets everybody tangled up with him, and Billy Knight able to seize that opportunity. Oh, the joy.
A 4-point lead. 1:27 remaining, second OT. Time called. It's nighttime.
Thanks.
Michelob Light.
There you go, baby. The great taste of Michelob Light makes any occasion seem special.
Depend on cars that last. Chevy will be there.
UCLA leads by 4 with 87 seconds remaining in the second OT. 10 fouls to 9, and the possession arrow featuring Cincinnati. Melody Adamson hoping her son can find a solution to this matchup zone. He's had problems 5 of 17.
And that's what the zone has done, is taken him a little bit out of his game. Others are going to have to beat UCLA, and he's just able to pinch, distribute, and not getting the opportunities in clear outs.
Back to Logan's hands.
He can
Field Williams, not there. Rebound, Gatzurek.
big time snatch.
13 rebounds for the 6'11 senior.
And Walcott real solid. He had Barnes on a run out, but didn't give it up.
Under a minute. And UCLA uses a timeout. 97-93 for the 8th seed from Westwood.
20 years now. Where'd they go? 20 years. I don't know. I sit and I wonder sometimes where they've gone.
He's an elbow man.
My boy. Generation after generation. It's good to have someone you can depend on.
Brown loves the chase. Brown tells me exactly when our customers receive their shipments. Brown tracks down the names, and that lets me bill faster. Brown helps me shake the money tree. Brown makes my job kind of fun, in a dead serious sort of way.
Get paid faster. What can Brown do for you?
97-93 UCLA leading Cincinnati. Winner of this one gets 12-seeded Missouri Thursday in San Jose. Who will it be? Cap and Mary Lavin. Steve Lavin's mom and dad, they will celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary in July. Steve Lavin, the youngest of 6. And they're going to take mom and dad for a vacation in Cancun, he says. They'd have a heck of a reason to celebrate if these guys can win this game.
Right now, Cincinnati straight up. They're going to go one trip without fouling here. Maybe a dribble drive at the end.
Thompson, jumper.
Wow. Yes! Oh. Big time delivery. And they almost close a turnover here.
Air ball. 30 seconds to go. Capuano, Ryan Walcott.
And the giveaway. Cancun can wait. Well, a guy that's been overanalyzed, condemned, vilified, and yet when it comes to crunch time, Steve Lavin and his UCLA Bruins, and nobody happier than Rico there on the sideline with his damaged knee, they are ready to play at this time of the year. He's got an amazing facility to arise. Lazarus Lavin.
Barnes with 16. +1. Well, this is the 6th season for Steve Lavin. In each of those 6, his team has won 20 or more. They've yet to be defeated in the second round, and they're 26 seconds away from advancing to the Sweet 16 again.
And the one thing he did tonight was he didn't stick with a defense if they took advantage. He was willing to change the look. The zone, which had been so successful late in the year, actually got total control, particularly of Steve Logan.
That one's off the rim. Little for Cincinnati. 15 seconds to go.
Too little, too late. We'll see when we come back.
Excuse me, this is my cab.
I'm sorry.
Can we share a cab?
Why not?
You're with Fidelity.
That's right.
Let me ask you something. I still have a 401k from a job that I had 3 jobs ago. Can I move that?
Most of the time, sure. It's called a rollover.
Really?
We can do all the paperwork, and you just sign and roll it into an IRA, and you can buy stocks or mutual funds, whatever you're comfortable with.
And I'd be in control of it?
Sure.
Get my life down to one sheet of paper.
That's right. Simplicity.
To invest, call, click, or visit Fidelity.
Squad is a unit that's together, so you're only as good as the slowest person in your squad.
It's not about me anymore. We need to get through this together. Everybody gets the same treatment. Doesn't matter if you're going active or reserve.
Log on. Watch me become we. Let's go! Only at GoArmy.com.
Second overtime, 15.3 seconds remaining. UCLA up by 5, and Steve Lavin has put Dan Gadzurik on the bench because of the liability at the free throw line.
Absolutely. Very attuned to his difficulty in that category. If you're Cincinnati, good, quick try at a steal, and then you're going to have to give it up.
And there is the foul. Jamal Davis with the foul is going to put Dijon Thompson at the line. And he's not a proficient free throw shooter either. Just over 50% for the season in limited appearances. And at the free throw line, Dijon Thompson.
And what an afternoon in store. We got a little look ahead to as well with Cal, another Pac-10 powerhouse playing Pitt of the Big East. It looks like Bozeman is okay. I mean, you know what? When you fall on anything that's damaged, the first thing is in your mind, I hope it isn't my earlier difficulty.
Thompson with one more.
And Bozeman had a lot to do with this turnaround. I mean, maybe finding his game will bring him into next season with a fresh outlook. Of course, a long way to go before this one's over. But confidence so important as a point player.
Smooth as can be, 2 at the line. UCLA for the day is 12 of 14 shooting free throws. And here's the inbound. 13 seconds to go. McElroy. Field Williams.
Yes! Wow, he can drill him. That's one thing he's capable of. You don't want to foul, but you got to be close enough. If you know a guy can shoot, it's never over to a talented team like Cincinnati.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Sure this is okay? What if someone calls? What if someone calls?
Sometimes you feel like being dependable. Sometimes you just want to go for a drive. Chevy Impala.
I'll be there.
Looks like you're going out of town for a while.
Yeah, 2-week training seminar in Arizona.
Training camp. A chance to bond with your teammates. To learn the newest tricks of the trade. Get ready for another winning year. Geez, I really miss it.
Going away for a while, Residence Inn has everything you need to make life on the road feel more like home.
Here, this always works for me.
Now make 3 stays and earn 2 free nights. Call 1-888-MARRIOTT today. Residence Inn. Your Marriott awaits.
Last time out called by Cincinnati, 102-98. They trail by 4. Both teams in the double bonus. And if they lose, it continues a trend that's been established in the 90s. They have had difficulty getting out of the second round since 1997. And time has been taken by UCLA. They'll stop the clock with 8.2 to go.
At Midas, all we think about is auto care. In fact, recently, I had an idea for a kids show, a way to get kids excited about our business. Wave hello to Mr. AC!
Hi, Mr. AC!
Mr. AC is very cold. The compressor pressurizes the... We're still tweaking it. Midas, we do that.
In and out. Good. Keep the victim calm. And 1 and 2 and 3.
Okay, there you go. It's over 130 channels, sports, news, entertainment, even your local channels, and it's only $39.99 a month.
Just $39.99 a month. Over 130 channels of DirecTV programming, even your local ones. Now get a DirecTV system for $49 or less, installed.
So it was the digital music that... Yeah.
Bruins, the 8th seed, trail by as many as 13 in the game. They were down by 10, 47-37 at the half. Capono and Barnes led them back with Gadzurik's considerable help. And Steve Logan, the All-American, has been held in check through much of the afternoon. Now the inbound play, they get it in the hands of Billy Knight, and he will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, smart play. Because Billy, 82% free throw shooter.
And 7 seconds to go in the game. Cincinnati out of timeouts. Billy Knight, 3 of 3 at the line in today's game.
He and Capone have that ability to stretch you so far. It's amazing the inside game isn't more advanced, but they did a great job in the second half to get it going.
One more. There are the Knights.
Free throws destroy a family. They just can't cope with it. I mean, the anguish. And the stop action throws them off.
Well, the Bruins from Westwood, Los Angeles, just down the coast, about to pull a Dionne Warwick. They will know the way to San Jose.
They sure will. Very good. It's a little before my time.
Showing my age again. 102-98. Here's Knight. And the ball inbounded. Steve Logan. 4 seconds remaining. Launches a 3 and can't it. But the Bearcats cannot stop the clock. The ball is inbounded with 0.8 seconds to go.
And Matt Barnes was tempted to throw it to the other end, the component. He thought better of it, you know. No sense giving it up and giving them a chance. And Steve Logan, another, I think, fatigued player. We mentioned earlier Emmanuel McElroy having to run and guard a Jason, give us some last-minute strategy here.
One more.
I think he's almost telling him to miss this one so the clock runs out.
Right.
Jason, I got to get my point total up, though. You know, you get plenty of shots. I don't get a chance to jack many up. No, that is his way.
Got them both. 4-point margin. Double overtime victory. UCLA 105. Cincinnati 101. And the Bruins go to San Jose to take on a Missouri team they last met in the NCAAs in 1995 when they went through Missouri in the second round en route to an NCAA championship. The Bruins and the Tigers Thursday from the West Coast. The Chevrolet most valuable players of the game. Dan Gadzurik, 26 and 13 for UCLA, and Leonard Stokes, a career high of 39 points, complemented by 10 rebounds. Bruins, an 8 seed, knock off a #1.
Okay, great effort. I mean, they hung in. Didn't have their game in the first half, Vern, but second half, a lot of organization on the defensive end. And as noted, Dan Gadzurik just epitomizing what college basketball is all about, giving everything.
And let's go back to our New York studios and hear from Greg Gumbel.
All right, Vern, thank you. So the UCLA Bruins knock off top seed Cincinnati 105-101 in double overtime. Other games in progress in the Midwest, in Dallas, Texas with a 28-7 lead on Mississippi State. In Chicago, Illinois, a 19-9 lead on 12th seed Creighton in the Midwest. And in Washington, North Carolina State has a 2-point lead on the 2nd seed of the East, the UConn Huskies. We will send you to all of your games coming up in the South. Remember, California still to take on Pittsburgh's Panthers in Pittsburgh. We will start you on the game in Chicago. Everybody else, we will get you to the games that you are ticketed for after this message and a word from your local station.
miss the first 10 minutes on a special night of Survivor, CBS Wednesday.
This portion of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Ford.
Ford Windstar, with an exclusive personal safety system that offers the ultimate in passenger security. And it's been awarded the government's highest quadruple 5-star safety rating, something Caravan, Odyssey, Venture, and Sienna don't have, making Windstar the obvious choice for concerned parents on the go. Get 0-9 for 60 or $2,500 cash back on the 2002 Ford Windstar. Do it for your kids. Only at your local Ford store, home of 5 of the 10 best sellers.
Deep, the Illini with 4 3-pointers, but the Blue Jays going to their press, trailing by 9 here in Chicago. At the United Center, we have a party crasher, Creighton, along with Southern Illinois out of the Missouri Valley here in Chi-Town.
I wake up every day thinking about how exciting it is that I have my job. Wake up, what you been dreaming about? The songs that everybody loves to hear, they kind of gather around and sing along with you or drink with you or do whatever they're doing. I mean, you don't have to be pretty or cool or I mean, you can be a total dork and play guitar and somebody's gonna go out with you. You know, so just 3 days.
You must all break out of your humdrum existences. The atom becomes the flower, becomes the ox, becomes the man. We all must change. The world needs change. You, sir, you must change.
Chevy Avalanche, the only vehicle that changes from an SUV to a pickup. There's also a Motor Trend's 2002 Truck of the Year.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Chevy Avalanche, like a rock.
It just stays up there.
Can you believe that? I mean, you can dunk, but you can't dip.
Your dip is gone, baby.
What are you talking about? No dip.
Introducing new Tostitos Scoops.
Let me tell you something, Bill. I put the hip in shit. Watch this.
With the bite-sized, bowl-shaped design for the perfect dip every time. New Tostitos Scoops. Whoa. The dip lover's chip.
This is my house.
Yes, it is.
No, this is my house. You guys got to go.
Also great with new Queso Supreme dip.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by Chevy Trucks, Singular Wireless, Blockbuster, and by Burger King.
After UCLA's win, a #1 seed has been ousted, but the party crashers have really been here in Chicago. As you look at our game summary, Illinois has controlled the middle with 11 rebounds, 8 second-chance points. They've also hit the 3 3-pointers, 2 by Bradford and 1 by Demir Kripalian.
Size on both ends of the court. It's been a major factor in Illinois' success so far. They've kept Corver and Taylor under control on the defensive end.
Blue Jays now going to their press. They have gotten a couple of turnovers since going to it.
Again, Illinois is a team that was not pressed much this year. The Big Ten Conference does not have pressing teams at all in their conference.
Rapaglia misses the chippy. And Lindemann comes out of there with it. Tyler McKinney leads the Blue Jay attack. 4-on-2. Illinois recovers defensively.
2-3 high Johnny Orr offense from Iowa State many years ago.
There's an old squeaky voice coach from the past. Well, last night, Roosevelt Chapman, Harold Arsenault move over for Terrell Taylor. Taylor for the win. Lucas Johnson comes away with a hoop. That's one of those special moments in college basketball as it pertains to the tournament.
One of the most exciting games I've seen in a long, long time. Glad to be part of it with you, Tim.
Taylor's 8 3-pointers are 6th most in NCAA history, and he made them all after the first half. Back in 1990, Jeff Fryer of Loyola Marymount hit 11 in a single game. It's the all-time highest.
Illinois has done a great job so far taking Creighton out of its very set 2-3 high offense, causing Creighton players to have to put the ball down to beat them off the bounce. And they only have one player that can really do that, and that's Terrell Taylor. And so far, he hasn't been able to do it. And their defense is eating up the Creighton offense.
Well, look at that, 8 turnovers. 3 buckets made, 8 turnovers. Tells you all you need to know. Demir Rapaglia posting up. Frank Williams on the drive. Looks that way. Corver trying to check Rapaglia. Harrington for 3. Not there. Long rebound to McKinney. That's what Dana Altman told us yesterday. Cannot afford Illinois to hit the 3-pointers the way they did against San Diego State.
They can't afford to give up that good a look to Harrington. He'll make most of those.
Robert, not doubled. Not a good decision either.
Well, Illinois defensively does not have to double down on the post. They can stay on the perimeter shooters and play one-on-one defensively on the post. It's hard to score over their size.
Corey Bradford checks back into the game for the Illini. Harrington checks out. Archibald coming in now for Demir Rapaglia. See the field goal shooting story. 23% for the Blue Jays. They'll have to improve on that.
Getting back Johnson and Capalio off of injuries has added very good depth to this Illinois basketball team.
Off the ball, foul will go against Dabbert.
Creighton foul, number 21, Joe Dabbert.
And then poor shooting for the Blue Jays affected somewhat by the Illinois defense, but there has been conventional wisdom that that double overtime game may have gassed this Blue Jay team.
Well, I don't think I agree with that, Tim. I know the writers have been talking a lot about that. Creighton plays 10 players, 12 minutes more a game, and they had a day off. I just think it's the Illinois defense at this point.
I thought Bill Self said it right. If it had been the last game on Friday, perhaps they would have enjoyed it, reveled in the victory well into the evening and maybe into the early morning. But that was the first game of this region pod here in Chicago. McKinney for 3. Off the front iron. Taylor kept it alive. Bowden short-armed it. Nice work by McKinney to save it. Taylor wants that 3. You can count on it. Not this time. He was 0 for 5 to open the game with Florida before he hit those 8 threes in the second half. Dabbert gets another foul. That's 2.
Foul, number 21.
He's a little shaken up. Checking a oral cavity a bit. Took one in the chops.
There's Lucas Johnson. Welcome to the Big Ten, Kyle Carver. That's a physical man, Lucas Johnson.
Corver out of Pella, Iowa. The young man, his brother, Clayton, won the AAA state championship last night, had 20 points in the game, and his family's been going back and forth between Iowa and Chicago the last 4 days. Another tie ball situation with Williams on the deck, and the arrow to Creighton.
Frank Williams off to a slow start as compared to Friday night's great start that he got off to, and yet the Illini still up 11.
That because the Blue Jays are 3 of 16 from the floor.
Defense is a constant. You always got to have a good defensive, constant pressure on the ball. Illinois taking them out of their 2-3 high. As you look, 2-3 high, trying to cut off the post, get easy baskets, and Illinois doing a great job guarding the pick and roll. One cut, two cuts.
Last year, Illinois was a 1 seed and played in Dayton. They took on Charlotte, who was a 9 seed. They did much the same. They just took Charlotte's set plays apart. McKinney rattles home a 3. That's just the 4th field goal of the day for the Blue Jays. Steal by McKinney. See where the pressure that Altman brings, whether it's three-quarter, quarter full, bothers Illinois. Korver.
Wow. There's Korver putting it down. They get up on him. He's such a good three-point shooter, but the one thing Dane Altman said he's really improved on is the ability to bounce the ball and take it to the hole.
Well, now the Blue Jays crowd being heard from here in Chicago. Outnumbered, but certainly very vocal. Korver now 2 for 2 from the floor, has 8 points. Archibald. Good defensive work, a deflection by Grimes off of Archibald. Omaha, land of Huskers and blondes from California that can hit them.
Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Thank you, Detroit! We love you!
Detroit was last night. Want to get away? Now you can. Fly Southwest Airlines for just $39 to $99 when you purchase by March 18th.
You are now free to move about the country.
Looks like you're going out of town for a while.
Yeah, 2-week training seminar in Arizona.
Training camp. A chance to bond with your teammates, to learn the newest tricks of the trade, get ready for another winning year. Geez, I really miss it.
Going away for a while, Residence Inn has everything you need to make life on the road feel more like home.
Here, this always works for me.
Now make 3 stays and earn 2 free nights. Call 1-888-MARRIOTT today. Residence Inn. Your Marriott awaits.
Chili's Southwestern Egg Rolls, where East meets Southwest.
Training Day. Buy it Tuesday on video and DVD. He's a cop on the streets of L.A.
I think you're a road cop.
And everyone on the streets knows it.
King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Denzel Washington, Ethan Hawke. Training Day. Buy it Tuesday on video and DVD. A slam dunk. Thank you. Don't miss it, CBS Tuesday.
22-16, Illinois with the lead. But Creighton getting something done with this pressure defense.
They turned him over a couple of times. They are feeling much more comfortable on the offensive end of the court, and they're right back in this ball game, although it looked like they could get blown out early the first 5 minutes.
Happy St. Patty's Day to you too from Chicago. Terrell Taylor, such a big offensive game, but he's been an up-and-down player. Putting games together has been his problem. Very athletic player. There's a 3. Won't go. Slapped back out to him. Nice work by Larry House. When you go against a taller team, Eddie, players that recognize deflections and slap-outs, very important. There's another steal, this one by Archibald. Blue Jays have been turnover-prone themselves today. That's a 3-second violation against Archibald.
There's an example that of Archibald having such an advantage in the low post, wanting the ball so badly, he got called for the 3 seconds. Good call.
8th turnover by the Illini. for some answers, can't find many. Korver launches. Taylor the rebound and the tip in. Off the window, his first basket. Mark it down. It comes better than 14 minutes into the opening half. That's 2 more than he had at halftime against Florida. Bradford, a leaner, fouled by McKinney.
Creighton foul number 24, Tyler McKinney.
After trailing by as many as 11, the Creighton Blue Jays have gone on an 11-3 run over the last 6 minutes to claw back into it. And Eddie Fogler, they have done it with their pressure, 3-quarter court and full court.
They have changed their presses from full to 3-quarter. Again, Illinois has not played against pressing teams much this year.
You look at our game summary. It's all about putback, second chance points. And if you look at the numbers, 28% shooting for Creighton. For them to be only down 4 is amazing.
Well, they've gotten second chances here lately with House and Taylor using their quickness to get to the offensive board.
Bradford gets one of the 2, and it's a 5-point game. Ismail Carroll into the game now at the point. Quicker, of tremendous benefit defensively in the pressure, but sometimes turns it over. Plays a bit too fast, according to Dana Altman, from time to time on the offensive end.
And Bradford, a 6'3" guard, playing the 6'7" power forward Korver. He's got a powerful body and quick feet to defend.
Larry House gets the much taller line. I can't get it done. That's Archibald against Grimes reaching in. First foul against Robert Archibald, the senior from Baldwin, Missouri. Don't miss any action. Get exclusive audio plus video highlights and detailed play-by-play from each game at cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline. Both teams really closing the other down defensively. Well scouted. Those of you expecting the California-Pittsburgh game will be taking you there shortly here on CBS Sports. Our road to the Final Four continues. House, nice duck under.
Creates the angle, ball fakes and creates the angle, gets to the hole.
(23-20). Cook. Lead is back to 5. 8 in the game for Cook. He is a real matchup problem for the Blue Jays. Taylor rattles home his first 3, and the young man who loves 23 and the man that wore it in this building has his first from downtown.
That could get him going. 8 threes in the second half against Florida. Incredible the other night.
Out of bounds, last touch by the Blue Jays.
Here's Taylor getting a pass from Korver. They back off. He's got good quickness, so he buries the 3.
Great substitution, number 43, Brody Darren.
First half, last Friday, an 0-fer, then 28. An amazing 8 3-pointers in the second half. Billy Donovan, well, he was the only option. Billy Donovan's team simply could not guard him. A near steal by Carroll.
Creighton played both overtimes, Tim, the other night, with a team that hardly, if at all, practiced during the regular season. Incredible.
Yeah, Dana Altman even said in practice he'd never had that 5 on the floor in a given game. Much less a game, a practice session. Cook, there's that matchup problem. Really nothing Brody Darren can do with him.
Well, he can stand still, knock down 3s, then he reverse pivots and goes to the righty jump hook. Multi-talented player.
5 out of 6 from the floor for Cook. Carroll turns it over. That's what happens with him. And Brian Cook anticipating an alley-oop from Archibald. He was backing off. They look at one another saying, that's okay. My bad. No, you're bad.
Thank you for calling American Express. This is Terry Hilton. How can I help you?
Talking to our card members. I just enjoy doing that.
I've been an American Express financial advisor for 13 years.
I get to know customers. I listen to them.
They can give you all the service that you need.
Thank you.
We were able to make different travel arrangements.
Some small way, you were able to influence people's lives.
It helps take out some of the stress in their life.
Which is an amazing thing to be able to do.
At Michelin, our tires are rigorously tested. They're laser checked, X-rayed for structural integrity, And finally, no tire leaves the factory without a thorough hand inspection. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
No matter who you are, everybody's got a little diet doing them.
Nice shot.
Do the diet do.
Hey, where are you off to?
Some conference in Cleveland.
Oh yeah, who with?
With Cooper.
Cooper.
Who's naughty on this plane? This guy. How much do you make? Drink. Because it's not as much as I make, I'll tell you that much right now.
Sort by shortest flights. Another way Expedia makes it easy to find the trip you're looking for.
Expedia.com. From the training field to their first mission. Real men, real life and death drama. The series American Fighter Pilot launching March 29th.
You look at our tournament summary, Mizzou and Indiana advanced to the Sweet 16 for the first time since '94. Tayshaun Brents with a Jack Givens 78 Final Four performance against Tulsa, and Duke their 13th Sweet 16 in 17 years.
And here's Illinois going to a little three-quarter court press. Take that, Creighton. We'll give it right back to you.
Carroll remains on the floor at the point. He has Corver, along with Larry House, Brody Darren, and Terrell Taylor on the floor with him.
And we have a triangle in two going on right now. They got Corver man-to-man, and they got Taylor man-to-man, and they got a triangle with Williams on the top, Cook, and Johnson on the bottom squares of the basket.
Bill Self was tutored by one of the best defensive coaches, Eddie Sutton, as an assistant, before heading to Tulsa as a head coach. He's done that a time or two. House, nice work by House to put himself in a position, but then he picked up the player control foul by initiating the contact.
The goal of a triangle of two is to take the two best players out of the offense, Taylor and Corver, and make somebody else beat you. And House had a good look at it, but he did charge on the offensive end of the court. That's just what they want.
I think now they're saying it was Lindemann off the ball, and I don't understand that.
Well, there you can see Johnson trying to take the charge as Cook comes across.
Someone said the officials have it incorrectly. They said it was the foul was on Lindemann, but now they're changing it. They're saying it was Larry House. It had to be. Dana Altman couldn't believe it. He says Lindemann's nowhere near that play. Illinois leads by 6. The Creighton Blue Jays struggling early, but their pressure defense in this chess match has gotten them back in it. They were down by 11 points early. Carroll with the dump down to Brody Darren.
Still in a triangle in two. You can see Frank Williams just zoning the ball. Anywhere the ball goes, he's going to try to double, but he really is not guarding a man at the top of the triangle.
Darren picks up the foul over the back. That's his first. As you look at our game summary, rebounding story, the Blue Jays doing a nice job. In fact, most of their points have been second chance. Turnover problem early because Illinois came out with some pressure and got into the backcourt heads of Ismail Carroll and Tyler McKinney. Lindemann checks back into the game along with Mike Grimes, number 34 for the Blue Jays. And Brody Darren sits down alongside McKinney.
Well, Bill Self goes to a triangle in two to take the two best players out of the Creighton offense, Taylor and Corver, and the two possessions he goes to it, Creighton charges both possessions.
Brian Cook has been the story offensively in this game. You look at the team foul story, the Blue Jays with 8 versus 5 for Illinois, but Cook 6 out of 7 from the floor. The rest of the Illini a collective 5 of 15. Archibald comes in for him, and great job, Cookie. I'd say so. Bill Self very proud of the way that young man has played. He already has 14.
Token pressure back to the triangle and 2.
Lindemann is more of a backdoor cut or stationary shooter. This defense has really closed them down, Eddie. It really has closed them down. And Lucas Johnson, who's been injury prone throughout, holding his hip. Blue Jays now have committed 12 turnovers. Talk about this young man, a human floor burn. I talked to Brian Cook earlier today, and I said, now, you guys played your best game that we've seen since last year's NCAA. He said, let me tell you, having Lucas Johnson and Demir Kripalya back makes such a difference for us because we know we can flip that tournament switch. We've been here before, and there's such an inspiration to us. You see the concern of the Johnson family.
Many times. Here we go. Frank Williams freelancing at the top of the triangle, deflects the ball, quick hands, and Illinois comes up with another steal.
May have been a knee-to-knee situation with Lucas Johnson. And that, of course, has been the knee that's been a problem for him. Offensive foul against Archibald. That's his second. And see, again, here's the importance. You see coming up, Greg Gumbel and Clark Kellogg on Singular at the half with scores, highlights, live look-ins. Already today, double overtime win for UCLA. 8 seed taking out Cincinnati, and Bob Huggins' second round woes continue. Interestingly, Cincinnati with a team that had far less star power made it to the Sweet 16 last year. Other teams, including the one with Kenyon Martin the year of the broken leg, not past the second round. They were 2 seeds, 1 seeds in some of those years.
Creighton's got to figure out what to do. Do you run your man-to-man or zone offense versus a triangle and 2? I think you got to freelance more. Tough shot.
Oh, yeah. Lindemann, yes, and a foul. See, he runs backdoor cuts. That time it was a cut for a air ball.
Illinois foul, number 43, Roger Powell.
6-point game. The Illini lead. Michael Lindemann will be at the free throw line when we come back. 55.8 remaining here in Chicago. Blue Jays, one of the party crashers this year.
It's time to spring into action at your Honda dealer. Spring into the saddle of selected CRs or XRs and ride off with 6.9% financing and no down payment. And you can also get 6.9% and no down payment on any Honda ATV. Or if you'd rather spring for low monthly payments, they start as low as $69 a month with your Honda car. Spring into action now on dirt bikes and ATVs at your Honda dealer.
Tim Brando, Eddie Fogler, and Charles Davis here in Chicago. Eddie Fogler, I got to tell you, this is one of those coaching matchups that, as the game's prolonged, we've seen full court pressure coming from Altman, and then the answer from his counterpart, Bill Self. Hey, I'm going to go to a triangle and 2.
Triangle and 2, taking the 2 best players out of the offense on Creighton's team, making someone else have to step up and beat you. The problem is, Tim, what do you run against the triangle and 2? Do you stay with your straight man-to-man stuff, or do you go to your zone stuff? That's the dilemma.
There's that pressure again. It has bothered Illinois. Oh, and the foul will go against Grimes. A bit of a bailout that time. They had his man right where he wanted, and Grimes is a complimentary player that they need on the floor. That's 2 on him.
Creighton goes to the full court press this time. You love to trap on the sideline. They go back. They try to almost steal the inbounds pass and wind up with another trap. Although too aggressively, and they foul.
Plus the bonus. Creighton substitution, number 23, Burrell Taylor.
Sean Harrington at the free throw line. 73% on the year for him. Look at the difference that Cook and Bradford have made for Illinois. They have been the bulk of this offense. The Creighton's break today has been that Frank Williams has been out of sync offensively. Carroll, again, one of those poor decisions. Taking it in among the trees, not always what you want.
Illinois going to play for the last shot of the half here. There's 1 second difference on the game and shot clock. Again, the goal here is to try to get a shot up with 3 seconds or so on the clock and get at least a chance to tip in once or twice a missed shot. Most of the time, the tip in actually is a better opportunity than the shot going in itself. Got to get on the offensive boards.
One might think that Williams would get the opportunity here. 0 for 2 from the floor. He gets a bucket. It could be his first. Propaglia off the back iron. Lindemann outlet to Korver. Oh, caught some bank and iron. A 5-point game, the Illini lead, and considering Creighton's woes offensively, they're very fortunate. Let's go to the third member of our broadcast team, Charles Davis. Charles?
All right, Jim. Coach, first half, a lot of different presses that Creighton showed. You knew they were coming. Why have they given your team so much trouble in the first half? They're full court pressure and three-quarter court pressure.
Well, we didn't handle it like we're capable of handling. We weren't very strong at the ball. We didn't square up, and we missed a lot of shots, too. But they missed shots, too. It was a game first half in which both teams probably played a little bit better than what it actually looked.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Greg and Clark coming up. CBS Sports exclusive coverage of NCAA Men's Basketball's championship will continue after this word from your local CBS stations.
I'm back in town to get you on your feet again.
Get up.
Okay, fellas.
So what do you think? Good offense or good defense? Pick one for a chance to win a Volvo S60 at volvocars.com/questions.
Get your tournament info and check out the road to the Final Four delivered by UPS at cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline.
Entertainment Weekly calls it the best show on TV. The King of Queens, CBS Monday.
Randy! Sarah? So, guys, what do you think of Randy's new escape? Look at all this room! 172,972.8 cubic inches of room? Couldn't possibly be any roomier.
The roomy new Ford Escape, starting around 18,000, seats 5.
Hey.
Or 4.
Probably just meet you there. Pixie!
The outside may change, but the soul remains the same.
It's March. Time to get reacquainted with the great outdoors at your Jeep dealer's March Matchup. Now, when you put $1,000 down on an award-winning Jeep Grand Cherokee, we'll match it. That's $2,000 down. Plus, get our 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge. With low APR or big cash allowances on select Grand Cherokees, we're making sure you get out there. Great products, great protection, great value. Now at the March Matchup. Hurry, it all ends soon.
CBS Sports presents at halftime, and one in progress, and we'll fill you in on the tournament action coming right up. Hi, everyone. Welcome once again to our studios here in New York for Singular at the Half. Greg Gumbel along with Clark Kellogg. Our score at halftime in Chicago. Illinois leading Creighton by a 31-26 score, and an early 17-4 run by the Illini appears to have gone for naught, and I love to say naught.
Well, you see Brian Cook has 14 points. Kyle Korver very efficient in his effort. But the defensive pressure is what allowed Creighton to get back into this game. Dana Altman plays 10 or 11 people. They stay fresh. They stay aggressive at the defensive end, and that's why they only trail by 5 at halftime.
All right, Clark. Meanwhile, in Washington, North Carolina State and UConn are coming down to the end of the first half. UConn is leading by a score of 35-30. Take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. UConn's Johnny Selvey. Oh, it's nice to be all alone up court in the easy jam, and the Huskies are up 3.
NC State staying in it behind the three-point line. Archie Miller gives them a three-point lead, 9-6, but then UConn's Tony Robertson misses this three, but watch Butler work inside, get the rebound and the hoop. It's a game of points in the paint versus outside shooting for NC State.
Nice outside shooting from Tony Robertson here. He hits the three to give the Huskies a 27-20 lead. At that point, the Huskies now lead at 35-30. The winner has a date next weekend in Syracuse. Let's take you there now and join Jim Nance.
Well, Connecticut leads here 35-30. 12 for Butler, 12 for Robertson heading the attack for UConn, and 7 by Hodge. High score for North Carolina State.
Jim, really surprised that NC State's not picking up full court right here. And let's see if they change their defense. It looks like they're going to go back to man-to-man. At least they're showing man-to-man, and see if they drop in a zone. And both Robertson and Gordon in the ball game, so Jim Calhoun anticipated zone and wants his good shooters on the wings.
5 seconds in the half. Robertson, that shot partially blocked. And North Carolina State will go to the locker room down 5. UConn 35, NC State 30.
All right, Jim Nance, a 5-point lead. The Wolfpack against number 2 seed in the East, UConn. It's 35-30 in Pittsburgh. Second game of the day there. It's an 8-5 California lead over the number 3 seed in the South, the Pittsburgh Panthers. We'll take you to Mellon Arena and join Vern Lundquist and Bill Raftery.
We played 3 minutes and 5 seconds, an 8-5 Cal lead. Now Troutman getting his 3rd start will go to the free throw line for Pittsburgh. Pitt, of course, just a couple of miles from their campus. This is the new philosophy of the NCAA selection committee to try and get the top seeds close to home. And in this case, not a home game, not counted as a home game, but certainly as close as one's going to get in NCAA play.
Not close for Cal,
no.
But it's really, judging what our site turned out well. Great enthusiasm during all the games, and also with the ability to stay here. Pitt went to the hotel assigned to them, which permitted families to go and stay in the rooms that the apartments that they had. So a great advantage in that sense.
It stays 8-5 after the 2 unsuccessful free throws. Here's Brian Weathers. Little jump. Sampson not there. Offensive board. Weathers.
And boy, they just get inside, they being Ship and Weathers, and load up the big, wide shoulders and the anticipation. When you take good shots, if Actus tries to stand them up here, Sampson fades away. But you can just see the setup. Everybody knows they won't shoot out of turn, won't take a bad one, so you can load up and do a job underneath. And Weathers does provide a lift there for Cal.
And Troutman picks up his quick 2nd foul. Joe Ship, Brian Weathers, game 1. Now Ontario Lett is going to come on. He is a huge replacement. Here's Weathers and Ship in the game against Penn. 20 points and 19 points.
How about those bookends, huh? Is that an anchor for your club?
Here's Ontario Lett on for Chevy Troutman. And 2 misses for Brian Weathers for Cal. 8-5, 16:30 to go. Second round game. Zavatskis with a pretty good pick on Shante Leggins.
Well, they got some beef on the floor right now. Lett's one of those guys that gets offensive rebounds because he takes up so much area. And here he can take advantage. Leggins with the giveaway and the small change by Shante Leggins. And by the way, he visited Duquesne when he was a high school senior. And Vern, the connection between he and Van Halen is extraordinary. As we get this little giveaway foul by a smart graduate of the boys club in Santa Barbara.
In the Bay Area, and they had a mutual friend, Sal Rodriguez. It was interesting yesterday. Howland and Shante Leggins saw each other just outside the arena, or just outside the floor, and placed a phone call to their mutual friend back in the Goleta Boys Club.
Because they were questioning who he was going to root for, and Shante felt it was him, but Ben suggested, no, he gave a brick, which is helping the building cause a contribution.
Brandon Knight gets it in the free throw lane.
And that's where he is tough. Turn the corner and create.
8-7, under 16 to go.
Oh,
almost, yes, that was Lett defending. Out of bounds. Pitt ball. Early going in the Mellon Arena in Pittsburgh, PA.
Go to the 2002 NCAA Men's Final Four? Then log on to Singular.com and enter Singular's most expressive fan promotion. If you're anything like these fans, you definitely have a chance to win.
Look, Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Ellie's renting again.
And Enterprise picked her up again.
She said Enterprise picks her up free.
Free?
Free.
Now that makes renting easy.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
I am a college fanatic, basketball. I love it. I think I do my best work when I'm a little bit on edge and have a little bit of nervousness in me. I have a sharpness to my game.
Right there, on the floor, on the floor!
Each one of my crew member has to know he has to do his third. We're a three-man crew.
That's a good call there, partner.
The teams make the good game. I mean, they're playing good, and you look pretty good.
Capture this year's championship excitement for years to come by reserving your copy of the official 2002 NCAA Final Four program. The official program includes detailed information on your favorite teams, players, and coaches, available for only $14. You can relive this year's excitement forever without ever leaving your living room. Visit us at www.final4.net or call 1-800-313-4678. Price includes shipping and handling. Get into the action today before it's history. Augusta National celebrates the 100th birthday of the man behind the mystique, the legendary Bobby Jones. A tradition unlike any other, the Masters on CBS.
Golden Bears of Berkeley, they have come back to Pittsburgh to take on the Panthers. And it's an 8-7 game with 15:50 to go in the first half of play. Little full court pressure applied now by California. And Julius Page gets it across the timeline for Pitt.
And Vernon, of course, the ability of the three-guard set can diffuse pressure. A very solid performance on both ends. A lot of inside touches. Patient on the offensive end by both clubs.
Donatas Sabatskis right side. Chad Johnson's come on the floor now. The only senior on this Pitt team, and he opens up play by canning the three.
Pitt Panthers in the lead. The winner of this game plays Kent State in Lexington next weekend. One other sport to tell you about, just starting the second half in Dallas, Mississippi State trailing the Texas Longhorns 45-34. Thank you for joining us on Singular at the half. We'll send you back to Chicago for the second half right after this.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the half. Sponsored by Singular, the wireless company that supports self-expression nationwide.
This is the new Pontiac Vibe. What do you think of it? Just stands out, yeah. Yeah, dude, it's tight. So what do you guys think of the inside of it?
It's iced out.
It's iced out?
Iced out. It sounds cool, man. Yeah, it sounds good.
What is it?
It's a plug. You can plug in.
What? What a blender, we can make smoothies.
You want a smoothie?
What do you think of that? The little chrome, all chromed out.
What do you like about this Vibe?
There's a party in it.
Meet the new Pontiac Vibe, official vehicle for the NCAA championships. Baby Bob.
Do you prefer Dada? Dad seems more natural to me.
Premiere CBS Monday.
Take text messaging to the next level. Start sending text messages and using AOL Instant Messenger. Download ringtones and graphics. Welcome to M-Life from AT&T Wireless.
The card. The deal. The facts. The deal. The place. The deal. $2,500 cash back or 0% on all new ZX2s.
Of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by Pontiac, American Express, DirecTV, and by Kinko's Network.
Back in Chicago at halftime, the Fighting Illini with a 5-point lead, 31-26. And Charles Davis has an update on the status of Lucas Johnson's health. Charles?
Tim, Lucas Johnson caught a knee in his hip in the first half. You saw where he went down, and I know the immediate concern was with his knee because of the injury he had earlier. It's a knee to the hip. It's a bruised hip, and they expect him to play in the second half. They just need to try and keep him loose and try and keep the injury warm.
Well, you can certainly understand the concern because he's favoring it during the warm-ups. He's still in some pain over there, Eddie.
He was a little gimpy, just kind of tiptoeing through the layup, Terrell. It'll be interesting to see it when he gets in. Can he get it loosened up so he can get after the ball?
He's one of those players, Eddie Fogler, that I think that you look at during the course of a season and you say, who's more meaningful? Well, sometimes it's your bench, and Demir Kripalia, along with Lucas Johnson, are the inspiration of this team. They make it easier for guys like Cook to have big first halves, as he did.
Well, they're physical, tough players that could get all over the floor for loose balls, and they bring that hustle mentality to Bill Self's basketball team.
We open the second half, a 5-point game. Blue Jays trying to endure a triangle and 2 defense, and one of the reasons why they're still in this game is Frank Williams has failed to scratch. He and Luther Head had a career high. He had 19 the other day in that big win.
Illinois back straight man-to-man to start the second half.
Korver, look out. A nylon song from Kyle Korver, and it's a 2-point game. He has 11, 8 first-half points for him.
Korver very crafty without the ball. He ran Frank Williams off a baseline screen, but then popped out or flared out to the corner for the open 3.
Archibald. Well, you notice neither Brody Darren or Korver are willing to really challenge when the ball's in that deeply. I think that's smart.
Well, they're trying to stay out of foul trouble. Creighton cannot win this game without Darren or Korver on the court.
House comes up empty. Frank Williams pulls it down and looks to push. Nice stop and go. His first bucket. Frank Williams. So effortless in his performances that many people look at it as a lackadaisical style, but in truth, there's a lot going on in his game. That was just one moment of brilliance that we witnessed for his first basket of the day. Darren trying to deal with some of the strength inside, not in position to reel in that pass from Korver. 13 turnovers by the Blue Jays. Now Williams feels it from deep, and the lead widens to 9.
Pick and roll situation. Creighton slid behind the screen, not thinking Williams could shoot or make the 3, and he said, I'll take it and knock it down.
Just like that, a 7-0 run. McKinney. Not there.
Nice box out by Corey Bradford.
The one and done. That's something that Creighton cannot afford. 7-0 run. And McKinney picks up the foul. Watch this little stutter.
Here's his change of pace dribble. He pulls it back and then takes it to the basket, up and under off the board. They slide behind the screen. I'll knock it down.
You never know when the pilot light is back on with Frank. I mean, he means so much to this team. I think defensively, he was concentrating so much on some of the changes Bill Self was making that he was not as much a part of the offense, but certainly Self got to him at the intermission. Oh, there it is again. Darren with a rejection. Now Terrell Taylor did have one 3-pointer in the first half. Remember, against Florida, 0 for 5 his start before 28-point performance in the second.
And Bowden set that one up with the dribble drive, dishing to Brody Darren. That's the first basket for the sophomore from Harlan, Iowa.
Here's the full court version of Creighton's press, and they steal it.
Bowden for three. Bang! Boy, coaching moves with defense are dictating this game's tempo, Eddie. Fun to watch.
Very much. Both coaches do a great job scouting each other and preparing for this game.
3 minutes gone. Tim Brando, Eddie Fogler, Charles Davis, happy to have you with us in Chicago. Archibald, with the left hand right past Darren. He has 7. Bowden again. Short on the other wing. Archibald pulls it down. Williams a pull-up. You get a feeling at any point Williams can take over. Bowden, Darren the follow. And after the made basket, here comes the full court pressure.
Creighton doing a great job on the offensive boards against the much taller Illinois team here today.
Lost his dribble. That's good defensive work by Bowden. Used his quickness that time to get it away.
Nice substitution by Dana Altman to get a quick player like Bowden in the game for defensive purposes, but he's also one of the few Blue Jays that can beat you off the bounce.
Dana Altman in his 8th year at Creighton, 13th overall, left Kansas State at the time in the Big 8 Conference for the Missouri Valley Conference, and very comfortable, native of Nebraska. Didn't have to worry about being second banana to Roy Williams in the state of Kansas, and has done very well for Creighton in the state of Nebraska.
3 guards, true guards in the game for Creighton. 3 guards now in for Illinois to match them.
Taylor, tough shot. Korver crashing the glass, quicker to the ball, and Tom Rucker spots a foul inside against the Illini. Brian Cook will pick it up.
I might add, the last time that Kansas State beat Kansas was when Dana Altman was at Kansas State, and they actually beat him in Lawrence, Kansas.
Brian Cook just picked up his 3rd. That could be important early on in the second half.
Thank you for calling American Express. This is Tara Hilton. How can I help you?
Talking to our card members, I just enjoy doing that.
I've been an American Express financial advisor for 13 years.
I get to know customers. I listen to them.
They can give you all the service that you need.
Thank you.
We were able to make different travel arrangements.
In some small way, you were able to influence people's lives.
It helps take out some of the stress in their life.
Which is an amazing thing to be able to do.
In and out. Good. Keep the victim calm.
And 1 and 2 and 3.
Okay, there you go. It's over 130 channels, sports, news, entertainment, even your local channels, and it's only $39.99 a month.
Just $39.99 a month. Over 130 channels of DirecTV programming, even your local ones. Now get a DirecTV system for $49 or less, installed.
So it was the digital music that... Yeah.
From a blind guy?
Well, what are you going to do for an encore there?
I think I may kick some puppies.
Life is best told over a great tasting Miller Lite at a place called Miller Time.
Did you steal that guy's dog too? Is that whose dog that is?
It's saying that we got boost. Check it out. Check it out. Okay, now, where's the boost, man? Where's the boost on? Right there. There you go. Oh, yeah. Boost, baby. Let me roll this thing.
Let the car in front of get ahead a little bit and just slam it.
Just got the brakes, man. What we're going to do. I'll catch up, guys. Hang in there. I love that. I love that boost thing.
Yeah. Every once in a while we get to hit the boost.
Tonight on 60 Minutes, Mike Wallace and the real Nobel Prize winner that Russell Crowe plays in the movie A Beautiful Mind.
Brian Cook is a player down low, Eddie, that it's tough for Creighton to have an answer for.
Take that one. He's doing a little bit of everything. 37 30% three-point shooter. Boom, now he takes an inside pivot, up and over.
But now the problem, 3 fouls to go with the 14 points. And with Lucas Johnson out, and I'm not sure, they may be saying that he could be back in the game. He's not certainly giving the appearance of that. He looks very uncomfortable over at the end of the Illinois bench. If he can't get back in through this foul difficulty, then Creighton may be able to get something done inside.
And Bill Self has a decision to make. When do you put Brian Cook back into this ball game?
Ismail Carroll out of the timeout on the floor along with Joe Dabbert, number 21 in blue. Brody Darren sits. Bowden and Korver and Terrell Taylor, the rest of the 5 on the floor. Shot clock under 10. Dabbert left free for 3. Oh, that's a bonus. Not known for his shot. Joe Dabbert averaging just 5 per game.
And I think that's his first 3 of the year,
Yes,
Tim.
it is. 43-39.
They're helping off ahead in the post.
Korver picks that one up, his second.
Foul, number 25, Kyle.
Here's where scouting comes into effect. The ball goes into the low post. Creighton is now deciding to help off a Luther Head, only a 30% three-point shooter, to try to get the ball from the basket back outside.
Creighton substitution, number 34.
Korver sits down. Grimes comes in. So now both Brody Darren and Kyle Korver out of the game, which means one of the few options on the floor offensively is Terrell Taylor. And again, DeAnthony Bowden, really a defensive force in this game. His quickness.
Quickness. It gives him another player, too, against him on the offensive end that can dribble the ball and take it to the hole.
Well, we saw the triangle in 2, Eddie. I wonder with this lineup if box and 1 is in the offense.
I'm a little surprised they have not gone back to the triangle in 2 yet this half.
Bowden on the dribble drive. Looking for some help. Turns it over. Luther Head takes it away. 3-on-2 for Head. Creighton recovers. Head for 3. His first.
3-point field goal, Luther Head.
7-point Illini lead.
Head knocks it down. He's got a little funny rotation on it, but he bottomed that one out.
See how long Dana Altman can afford to go with this lineup. Carroll for 3. Well, that certainly helps. And he gets the timeout.
Field goal, Ismail Carroll.
Milking a couple of buckets out of Dabbert and Carroll, a huge factor in that sequence.
The Saab 9-3. Exhilarating handling. Gripping traction control. And the addictive 205 horsepower turbo. Contact your Saab dealer for a test drive. Just don't get carried away. Right now, lease a Saab 9-3 SE 5-door starting at $269 a month for 36 months. For details, see your Saab dealer.
They've worked hard to get here. Persistence, performance, strength. It all paid off. So how do achievers secure their future? They do what nearly 2/3 of the Fortune 500 do. They put their confidence in the Pacific Life family of companies. With over 130 years of experience and $340 billion in managed assets, secure your course in life. Rely on the strength of Pacific Life.
I'd heard stories, but I had to see it with my own eyes.
I can't send it to you till I get to the hotel tonight.
Can't get information to your coworkers, so you're to blame.
Yeah, how did you know?
May I? You need the Sprint PCS Clear Wireless Workplace. The most advanced wireless package customized for your company. On the only all-digital, all-PCS nationwide network built from the ground up. It'll clear up that forehead thing.
Thanks.
Excuse me, ma'am. Duty calls.
There I am. I can't hear a thing. I'm trying to talk to somebody, and voila, it's a conversation bubble.
That's a winner. That's a surefire winner.
When CZB Industries created the Convo Bub, they brought the Kinko's network team in-house, giving them the technology and people to illuminate the idea and reach growing global markets. And when the phenomenon exploded, Kinko's grew with them. Introducing the Kinko's network. If it could help a company like this succeed, imagine what it could do for yours.
Wednesday on a special night of Survivor. Don't miss the first 10 minutes when the castaways' lives are turned upside down. Really? All new Survivor, CBS Wednesday.
This North Carolinian has his own statue outside the United Center, and Terrell Taylor, young man from Bridgeport, Connecticut, has for years idolized him, wears his number, playing in this building and warming up in the jersey, even the pants and the arm, reflective of his love of MJ. He looks a little like Garrison Hurst, doesn't he, facially?
Sure does. I sat in Michael Jordan's home. I was blessed to have a chance to help recruit him to North Carolina, and I'm still in awe of Michael.
You know, after talking about him, he said, you know, I don't want to sound like a stalker of Jordan or too much of a groupie. Kyle Korver said that, yeah, some of the guys are wondering if he needs some therapy. Archibald. That's the travel. Charles Davis has more on the love affair between Taylor and MJ.
Yeah, since Coach was talking about being in awe of MJ, of course, Terrell Taylor's in awe of him, too. Remember when the bus went past the arena for the first time, he wouldn't look at the statue. He wanted it to be such a special moment. He had his teammates walk him backwards to the statue so he could turn around and see it for the first time right up close next to it.
There's a little bit of that brush with destiny that everyone has. No writer's embellishment needed in the NCAAs. Grimes keeping it alive. He and Taylor. Nice work by Taylor.
Another offensive rebounding. Offensive rebounding. A smaller team keeping Creighton in this ball game.
That one's rejected by Krapalya. Grimes again keeping it alive. That one last touched by Harrington. It will be controlled to the Blue Jays. And Taylor picks himself up off the floor. Invasion of the Party Crashers, the Missouri Valley Conference today in Chicago. Southern Illinois coming up next. Monday on an all-new Late Show with David Letterman. Don't miss Arizona Senator John McCain and musical guest, the White Stripes. Then on Tuesday, Dave welcomes Jon Stewart. Monday here on CBS. And Lucas Johnson does re-enter the game after Archibald picks up his third. So now Cook and Archibald each with 3 fouls.
Carroll in the game for Creighton. He's a much quicker point guard than McKinney to give him quickness versus Illinois' defensive pressure.
Bradford staying with Korver off the ball. Illinois' half-court defense has been suffocating today. Nice cut. Lindemann, that's his specialty. And Korver with a tremendous entry.
Much like football, Tim, when a team has got a... Much like football, you have to have counters for everything. Here's an overplay defense getting backdoored. Nice pass by Carver. Great counter.
For Creighton, Michael Lindemann, 2 shots.
Those are the kind of hoops that you look back at the end of the game and you say, oh, a 3-point chance. We'd love to have that one. Young man from Iowa Falls, Iowa, redshirted a couple of years ago. You know, I talked to Dana Altman yesterday, and I said, you know, the profile of a mid-major is a team with red shirts, players that stay with the program 2, 3, 4 years. Even these guys are talking about returning players that they should be in the top 25. The profile of a power team out of a major conference is 1 or 2 years you lose a player, 1 more, 2 years you lose a couple of more. And that's been an advantage for some of the mid-majors here.
Great way to develop players is by redshirting. Get them a 5th year eligibility.
Williams a tray. 49-44. All of Williams' points. His 3rd 3 of this half. Crowd trying to become a factor. Making their way up from Champaign-Urbana. Carroll in trouble. Gets it out to Lindemann. Korver wants it. Again, Lindemann the cut. That time the pass missed its mark. 15 turnovers against the Blue Jays. Oh, it's Frankie's town, Chicago. Chicago.
If you're going to do it right. That's brilliant.
The Masters on CBS.
Adolphus Busch started making Budweiser 125 years ago.
He purposely brewed Budweiser as a smooth, refreshing, premium lager. 5 generations later, we couldn't be more proud to be America's favorite beer.
Let me pour one.
This Bud's for you. And you and you and you. This Bud's for you. And you and you and you. This Bud's for you.
In my family,
family, if one wants pizza, the other wants Chinese. Even their stomachs don't agree. If one gets indigestion, the other one gets heartburn. If one gets nausea, the other one gets... well, so I get Pepto-Bismol. As it coats, it relieves heartburn, indigestion, upset stomachs, nausea, and diarrhea. It'd take a box full of other medicines to do what Pepto-Bismol does. Agree?
Agree. Pepto-Bismol, first aid for heartburn, diarrhea, nausea, indigestion, and upset stomachs.
Hi, I'm Susan McGinnis, news anchor for CBS Market Watch. I'm part of a worldwide team of journalists who keep you informed about the markets and your investments on TV, radio, and our website. It's where you should go first for the best information on the markets, analysis of your portfolio, and ideas. Our 24-hour coverage of breaking financial news combined with up-to-the-minute data help you make smart investment decisions. CBS Market Watch is the #1 source for financial news. It's more than just news. It's news you can use.
You look at our game summary, and again, it's amazing. Eddie Fogler shooting at a 56% clip. Illinois only up by 5, and we're seeing triangle and twos going back and forth between the coaches.
Well, an offensive rebounding for Creighton has been huge here. The other thing, Tim, is when these lower seeds stay close, they get a lot of confidence going, and the Creighton's got a lot of confidence right now.
They really do. The longer they hang, the better their chances. Bradford on the floor now with Williams, Lucas Johnson, Propolia, and Harrington. Williams for 3. 4 trees. Mom looks on pretty happily. Corver trying to shake Bradford off the ball up at the top of your screen. Worth watching.
Bradford's not even watching the ball. His goal is to make sure Corver just doesn't catch it.
Lindemann a pull-up. Again, strong defensive work. Taylor, look out. That's his second three-pointer.
And that was set up by another offensive rebound by Creighton.
8 in the game for Terrell Taylor. Well, he kicked that one and hurt his left foot. He got that one right off the toe. A fresh 35.
Well, here's Cook back in the game. Bill Self waited till 10:55 left in this game to get Cook back in with 3 fouls.
Robert Archibald also has 3. He's still out of the game. Cook in for Krapolia. Darren, no answer for Cook. Missed that one, and he runs down the rebound. Blue Jays last year were in a position against Iowa, let it slip away. We're in a position in double overtime against Florida and got the job done without 2 of their stars. Corver looking for an outstanding performance, really for the first time in the NCAA, is the Valley Player of the Year. And Brody Darren with a jump hook baseline. And it's a 1-possession game as we hit the 10-minute mark of the half.
Cook afraid to foul. Darren got too low. Nice jump hook.
Williams again. Off the back iron. Taylor trying to wrap it up. Lindemann saved it out of bounds. And Lucas Johnson's hustle again, a difference maker as the Illini retain possession. And you hear the crowd with Luke. And Mom Leslie Johnson can only bear to think about her young man's future. From the class of Hard Knocks. I think he embodies all that the Big Ten's image is as it pertains to this game. Nice look. And the conversion by Cook. 16 for him. 4 assists for Frank Williams. Darren wants it.
Corver trying to get a catch, but Bradford will not let him touch the ball.
Quick double team. With 8 seconds on the shot, it goes out of bounds. And Tom Rooker now getting involved. We could have an overrule. Yep. And Dana Altman can't believe it.
Creighton substitution for 20, Larry House. And for Illinois,
Here we see Frank Williams.
That's obviously the problem with the ball hitting the backboard. It hit the bottom end of the backboard. Therefore, you see the players pointing towards that. That's the reason why Tom Rooker got involved and came up with the overrule. 54-49. 9 minutes left. Oh, 16 for Frank.
Stop and go. Change your pace dribble. Frank Williams.
They just can't get Corver a touch. Bradford all over him. Shot clock again under 10. McKinney from way downtown. Long rebound to Harrington. Crowd responding, but again, DeAnthony Bowden comes away with it. Quick trap from Williams, gets it to McKinney. Garren in traffic. Boy, he'd love to have that one back. He rushed that shot.
Creighton players afraid of getting their shots blocked. They need to complete those plays close to the basket.
Williams has really turned it up a notch. The on switch for him in the second half, much like Taylor's against Florida the other day. Archibald missed Crawford as he was breaking to the basket. Harrington. The lead is up to 10. Harrington's first three. And the crowd, part of the pod factor in 2002. And they are being heard from.
Completes the play.
Boy, what a remarkable second half. As I said, really a mirror image of what Terrell Taylor did the other day against Florida. He had no points, 0 for 2 shooting. Frank Williams in the first half, 16 points, 6 out of 9, 4 threes, all of that in the second half. And yeah, I think that deserves a dap.
I think it's a well-deserved rest. He won't be there very long, though. Creighton needs a basket. They're having a hard time getting good looks.
Carroll for 3. Not there. Rebound to Archibald, who has 3. Kyle Korver just unable to even get a touch.
No passes on that possession. Not a good possession from Creighton. They need much more patience on the offensive end.
It's the biggest lead, by the way, for the Illini since it was 19-9 in the first half. It was a critical time for the Blue Jays defense. Wow. Oh, and Bradford gives them a 13-point lead. I know we have plenty of time, but this is almost a must-make possession for Creighton to get this crowd out of the game. Taylor raising the front iron.
Another questionable shot. Creighton has lost its poise.
Look at that three-point shooting in the second half. And Frank Williams has a lot to do with that, as does Bradford. Korver lost it out of bounds. Last touch by Bradford. The Blue Jays will have it.
There's a timeout.
Down by 13. Blue Jays have got to solve the Illini defense, and they're raining threes in Chi-Town.
When software quickly connects supply and demand, that's one degree of separation. That's business with .NET from Microsoft.
Introducing the tough, versatile Saturn Vue. At home in almost any environment.
There's a song I want to sing. There's a bell I want to ring. Every place that I go, it's easier with you. I am free, free to express myself around the world on Main Street. I am free to live my dream.
Introducing a whole new Energizer Max. With so much extra power inside, it's the longest-lasting Energizer Max ever. Do you have the bunny inside?
Why do I rent from Enterprise? For more cargo room. More people room. Or more headroom. Enterprise. So easy it's like having a second car. Or third.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
See one man's dream to build a sandwich empire.
Possible name for Italian sub? The Hemi-Aiello.
An all-new King of Queens, CBS Monday.
Our next rotation of games here on the road to the Final Four on this St. Patrick's Day Sunday. Xavier against second-seeded Oklahoma. Southern Illinois will be involved here against Georgia. And no trip to Chicago is complete without a visit with Ray Meyer. Think he knows something about this tournament?
Oh, a little bit. I think he coached a few games in his day as well, Tim.
1979, he made it to the Final Four, lost by 2 in the semifinal round to Indiana State. And for me, really made the love of the tournament when Al McGuire ran to him and he won the regional final and said, boy, you're younger today, Ray. Archibald with a rejection.
Creighton needs to press to get back in this game. Unfortunately for Creighton, however, they cannot score. When you can't score, you can't set your press up.
34% for Creighton, and again, without any touches for Corver. It's only gotten 4 attempts at the basket from the floor. Well, that is incredible. Cook backing him in. House with a near steal, recovered by Luther Head. Cook brings that one down a little closer to the wood, and there's a chance for a steal. Long rebound to House. Ismail Carroll running the show. Corver wants it right now. Rushed that shot a bit, and again, you can sense that he just wants to touch so badly. There's Corver.
Here's Corver trying to spot up for a 3. Deep, doesn't bury it. He's getting frustrated by the job Bradford's doing on him. Creighton has got 4 poor shots in the last 4 possessions.
Once they settle into a half-court game, Eddie, he literally can't get a touch in the flow of their offense. I could see why he wanted so badly in transition. Head, not there again. House with the long rebound. Once the game settles down into half-court, Coach, they're just unable to get it into Kyle Corver's hands.
Well, Illinois has taken them out of their set plays. Now they have to beat Illinois off the bounce, but it's very difficult to do because Creighton is not an off-the-bounce dribble team.
In traffic, Grimes stripped by Head. Quick hands of the Illini. 62-49.
Dana Altman sitting over there trying to figure out a way to score against this outstanding Illini defense.
Well, no turnovers, nothing but conversions, and 6 opportunities to get field goals. And you look at the Corver family. Boy, they've been busy this week. Kyle's brother Clayton won the AAA state championship in Pella. And his mom Lane and father Kevin, very happy to be here.
And for Creighton, number 3.
They've been very busy. There's the brother, Clayton. Got 20 points last night in that championship game. I asked Kyle if the family were members of AAA, and I meant obviously the the auto service. He said, yeah, he's in district. He's a 3A school. Frank Williams uses the window.
Tim, Illinois getting great looks, easy hoops. Creighton cannot even get a good look at a basket here.
Taylor, ball fake, and he uses the glass. Yep, that ends the drought. 64-51.
And now they get a chance to set their press, but Illinois breaks it easily.
Nice job to go over the top. That was a 6-minute drought that came to an end off the basket by Taylor. Anthony Bowden picks up the foul. Dana Altman's club not out. Not yet.
Check this out. Bob here needs a car.
How about a pickup? A black one. With a place for my bike.
With 2 million new and used cars, you're sure to find the one you want at Autotrader.com.
Need a loan?
Oh, yeah. Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
In the dust with the Intel Pentium 4 processor.
If you could peer into the soul of the newest Mazda, what would you see?
From San Antone, Indianapolis, Santa Barbara, Hartford. Yes, we do fly out of there. I try to put a face with the voice, so I feel like I'm actually speaking to a real person. That's the neat thing about it. It's just a random draw. You never know who you're going to get. My name is Jennifer Davis. I work in reservations for United Airlines. Just tell us when and where. That's all you have to do.
Back nine in golf. There's a second half. Frank Williams from 3. Stand still from 3. Once he gets his feet set, he can bang them home.
You know, since you made that golf analogy on that scoop to the hoop, I know what happens to you retired coaches as you look into the line on Frank Williams. Once we're done with this region, you're on the front, the back, and maybe even a second 18.
Well,
that's where you're headed.
My problem is I don't have a good front or back 9.
64-51, 3:40 to play, and Creighton really in need of a defensive stop.
And they're showing excellent patience, Illinois. The clock is and score in their favor. No need to rush.
Cook. That's a walk.
That's all right. Bill Self will take that. They got the ball to the low block. That's something they want to do.
16 turnovers committed by Illinois. Creighton just unable to get good looks. You see one field goal in the last 6:20. And no touches for Corver. They've been switching Bradford and Frank Williams on him, and it has been tough sledding. Taylor, not there. Oh, and the tip goes. I'm guessing House was closest to that. Grimes may have gotten credit for the hoop. I believe it was Grimes that got credit for the basket. Well, tonight on 60 Minutes, Mike Wallace and the real Nobel Prize winner that Russell Crowe plays in the movie A Beautiful Mind, followed by The Education of Max Bickford. Then Richard Thomas and Lindsey Krause star in Beyond the Prairie 2, the true story of Laura Ingalls Wilder, tonight here on CBS.
Illinois looking to run the clock and see if they can get a hoop with 10 seconds or less on the clock.
Nice idea. High-low, staying high-high with the passing.
Well, you'll take a layup before the clock runs down anytime.
Frank Williams picks up the foul on Bowden. D'Anthony Bowden has made a strong contribution today for Creighton. Just the second foul on Williams. The clock may be about to strike midnight for the Blue Jays' success in this tournament. But, Eddie, we must point out that in other years, this game would have been played on a much more neutral site. This may be the first true example we've seen of the pod factor really helping a higher seeded team.
This is absolutely a home court advantage for Illinois here today, Tim. This is a true road game for Creighton.
And McKinney picks up the foul. Now the problem again for Creighton is that when you put Illinois at the line, they're the 8th best free throw shooting team in the field of 64. They average 75%.
The only way for Creighton to get back in is to steal, get easy baskets, or the Illini are going to have to miss free throws.
Yep, and they've got a lot of fouls to give. Just start giving them up. Putting them at the free throw line. Taylor checking Williams. They play straight up for now. An 11-point game. And the reach-in foul gets them into the 1-and-1. Well, we talked about it. Now remember, you see Cincinnati did lose today, so you put them in the loss column. But there are some examples, I think, Eddie, of teams that were really big favorites that you figured would win regardless of where the game would be played. In some measure, the UNC Wilmington win in Sacramento defeats the criticism of the pod. But I think we start talking about an hour and a half to 2 hours away from a city like Chicago. Illinois gets a huge break over Ohio State, who had to head to Albuquerque.
Well, as I just said, this is a true road game as far as I'm concerned for Creighton. This is a great crowd here for Illinois. Once they get a run going, the crowd has gotten into it. It has only given them more fuel to their fire, and Illinois has played very well here in the second half.
I think maybe the tournament selection committee should consider the number of alumni in a major city, because the largest alumni faction for Illinois is in Chicago. So when dealing with the pods, maybe they should give some thought to that.
The new Saab 9.5. With a more solid ride and a turbocharged engine you can't wait to take advantage of.
Yeah, you know. Can I try the red one again? Oh.
Right now, lease a Saab 9.5 linear sedan starting at $399 a month for 36 months. For details, see your Saab dealer.
Our CBS Sportsline stat of the game, Frank Williams, an 0 in the first, 18 in the second. Get complete tournament coverage at cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline. Charles Davis has more on the pod factor here in Chicago.
Hey, you guys talk about the home court advantage that Illinois has enjoyed, and it is a huge one. Made even stronger by the fact that Creighton couldn't even bring their own band. Why? They went with the women's team who made the NCAA tournament. They were in State College, Pennsylvania, where the women lost to Florida International. Just made the journey back last night to Omaha, unable to get here today. It's a small band, only about 20 members. They couldn't even break them up into 2 squads.
Yeah, that is a tough break. Foul goes against Korver. See, I'm one of those that believes when you have an opportunity for everyone in your university to get involved, you should make every effort, but that's a tough trek. State College, Pennsylvania it's difficult to get to or out of even on a clear day.
I've been there twice this year, Tim. It's a great place to be, but it's a hard place to get to.
That's right. Your old assistant, Rick Callahan, is with Jerry Dunn at Penn State, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Monday, CBS presents the birth of a new comedy. When Baby Bob opens his mouth, you won't believe what you'll hear. Catch the premiere of Baby Bop Monday after the King of Queens here on CBS. I sort of feel that way about you, Eddie. After a round and a half of basketball, you never know what might come out of your mouth.
Creighton needs to start looking for three-point opportunities. Illinois will probably switch a lot on the perimeter to make sure they can keep the offensive players in front of them to challenge shots. There it is.
Size, the strength, and the ability to guard. There's House knocking down a two-pointer. 70-57. You look back on this game, the defensive switches and changes made by Bill Self, really the difference in this game. A timeout taken by Harrington with 1:13 left, and the Illini up by 13 points.
Behold the hot and juicy Whopper. Flame broiled, never fried. Crisp lettuce, crunchy dill pickles, onions, and red ripe tomatoes on a freshly baked bun. America's favorite burger just keeps getting better. Aren't you hungry for a Whopper now?
Substitution number 3, D'Anthony Mountain.
You look at our half of the Midwest bracket. Illinois will advance with this win over Creighton to take on #1 seeded Kansas. Done that before. And then the other half of the bracket, Texas is leading by 4 with 26 seconds left. 66-64. Well, we just got an update. It's a 2-point game, so if they should advance, they'll be in the other half of that bracket. 66-64, the updated score with 15 seconds left. And that's another home team playing in Dallas with a huge alumni faction for the Longhorns against a 3rd seed Mississippi State. Quick foul. Time to extend the game, right, Coach? That's all Dana Altman can do.
Trying to foul, take a chance, and Illinois is going to try to keep the ball in their best free throw shooters' hands because they know Creighton must foul.
I see that score of Texas and Mississippi State. I tell you, that's the team that really got no respect this year, Eddie. I mean, they were an 11 RPI, did not get ranked until after they won the SEC tournament. If ever there were proof that the polls are a joke, Mississippi State is the team that proves that.
And they beat Kentucky early at home as well.
Remember, the polls are 25% of the equation in football. They have nothing to do with it in basketball, and that's one good decision by the committee. And a foul spotted inside against Bowden, driving to the basket.
How about Lucas Johnson? This game is over for all practical purposes. He's got a bad hip. He stands there and takes the charge. You got to love that if you're a coach.
Yeah, there's Mom.
She loves it too.
She had her head buried in her hands a bit earlier when he got that injury. Where they had meniscus surgery on the 20th of December. Came back from that. Corver had actually an ACL injury to Lucas Johnson that he had to deal with. Came back in 3 months to play. That was more the look she had at halftime after he got the hip pointer. A lot of courage for a number of these players. Kyle Corver was the player that had the meniscus surgery. Taylor, not this time. The Magic, not in his stroke today. But Illinois' defense had plenty to do with that.
They might keep fouling until it got to a 2-shot opportunity, but now the game's over. No need to foul. Play hard and go home, Creighton. You've had a great year.
In traffic, a steal.
Greg Gumbel in New York. Final moments of the game in Dallas between Texas and Mississippi State. Let's listen in.
Before you enter someone, and coaches frequently use that to put a little added pressure on the free throw shooter.
Remember, no timeouts left for Mississippi State. Ivy makes the first.
I don't think he's feeling any pressure.
None. 3-point game. This looms large for Texas in the Sweet 16.
If he makes it, it's a 2-possession game.
Made it. Texas calls the timeout. 4-point game. Texas can smell it. The Sweet 16 so close.
I'd like to take a look at my investments.
Can Fidelity help me with some planning? Go through what I'm invested in, goals and so forth?
Of course. You know, now might be a good time to look at your entire portfolio.
Yeah? You can help?
Well, certainly. With Fidelity Portfolio Review, we can help you draw a complete picture.
Really?
Sure. Fidelity and non-Fidelity accounts, IRAs, 401k, stocks, mutual funds, even the effects of taxes.
How do we start?
We'll meet in person or over the phone.
That's great. Let's get rolling.
For a free review of your portfolio, call 1-800-FIDELITY.
As a team, Bob, Mississippi State only shooting 35% on the season from behind the three-point line. They have no timeouts. Ontario Harper is their best bet for the three at 44%.
And he made one moments ago. I wonder if Rick Stansbury has a 4-point play in his arsenal.
They get to Zimmerman across midcourt quickly. Inside. They step out. Ignerski has to take the shot off the rim. And Texas is going to win it.
Mississippi State was down early and gave it their best shot. A great game to watch. Two terrific teams. Rick Barnes taking his team to play Oregon.
A remarkable comeback and effort by Mississippi State. They were down 32-9 in the first half. Timmy Bowers off the bench, terrific. Ignerski with a dozen, but it was the play of Dejanel Erskine and the floor leadership of TJ Ford that got Texas to the Sweet 16. And up next, they will take on Oregon in Madison, Wisconsin. Let's go courtside. Here's Brett Haber.
Guys, thanks very much, Coach. You had them by 23 in the first half. It got awfully hairy at the end. How did they get back in this game?
Well, one, they're a good basketball team. They wouldn't be here seated as high as they are if it wasn't for the fact they're a good team. But we got a little tentative, but we did what we had to do. We've been in games like this all year, and at the end, we made the plays we had to make.
I know this wasn't a home game, but did you feel that burnt orange all around this arena today?
I did. It was a great atmosphere, but I think if we were on the road somewhere else, I think that I've always felt like the crowd goes with the underdog, and we were the underdog today.
Coach, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Guys.
TJ Ford did not score in the second half. 11 he poured in the first 20 minutes, but still ran the offense and kept Texas focused.
Well, he did, and Thomas did a great job inside. A major factor in the game, holding Mario Austin, the key offensive player for Mississippi State, in check the entire game.
68-64. Texas, the 6th seed in the Midwest, and they will move on to play the 2 seed, the Oregon Ducks, and that's coming up Friday night in Madison, Wisconsin. And that region will start, and it's a good region with at 7:30 with Kansas, Illinois, Texas, and Oregon.
And that will be a track meet.
The Chevrolet most valuable players of the game from Texas. Dejanel Erskine with 17 points, 4 rebounds. He was 8 of 9 from the floor. Mississippi State, Timmy Bowers off the bench, 15 points, a pair of rebounds, and shot 5 of 12. Texas will go to 22-11 on this season, and Mississippi State, Bob, finishes a terrific year. They won the SEC tournament title, don't forget, over Alabama last week. 27-8, their final numbers on the season. What a game in Dallas. Greg Gumbel will follow after this commercial break here on CBS.
Brown loves the chase. Brown tells me exactly when our customers receive their shipments. Brown tracks down the names, and that lets me bill faster. Brown helps me shake the money tree. Brown makes my job kind of fun, in a dead serious sort of way.
Get paid faster. What can Brown do for you?
They've worked hard to get here. Persistence, performance, strength. It all paid off. So how do achievers secure their future?
Dangerous pass. Robertson's almost there to pick it off.
Grundy looking for Melvin. Some thought he traveled. Working on Okafor.
I don't know why, Jim. Bad move by Melvin that time. Okafor is a guy that can handle him at that spot.
And Butler boxed out for the rebound.
Not the play that NC State wanted.
Caron Butler has been the top performer in this game. The Husky with 29 points. UConn possession with a 1-point lead, 47 seconds remaining. There's Caron Butler, who has led the Huskies today with 29 points, 9 rebounds.
Jim, this is an interesting time to put maybe a box and one on Butler. Do something different, because nothing they've done today, either zone or man-to-man, has found an answer to Butler.
Full court pressure applied by NC State. Back to Ben Gordon. Freshman will try to bring it into the front court.
Crawford is on Butler. He's given up a lot of size here.
11-second differential. Game clock to shot clock.
But NC State loved to have that possession 2 times to go back when Melvin tried to go one-on-one on Okafor, as opposed to waiting patiently for the dump out outside.
And a whistle and a timeout called by Jim Calhoun's UConn Huskies.
12-second differential.
They'll have 12 seconds on the shot clock when they come out of the timeout.
Lay him down. Okay, you have a straight, impressive. You have a full house, jacks over tens. However, my friend here has the unbeatable pair of bacon and chicken. The king of clubs. Exactamundo. And nothing beats the king of clubs.
Isn't this the king of clubs?
No, that's a clover.
Taco Bell's new Club Chalupa is the king of clubs. All white meat chicken and smoked bacon in a crispy chalupa shell. Raise the stakes with the king of clubs and think outside the bun.
At NC State huddle, the coaches now come over. The first portion of this timeout, it's all directed by the general, Archie Miller, son of a coach back in Pennsylvania, back in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. Dad, John, a legendary coach back at Black Hawk High School. And Archie was leading him the first 15-20 seconds into that timeout.
His dad, Bob, is right behind him. And, of course, the other son, Sean, is with Xavier today, where he's an assistant coach. So a real basketball tradition family.
What are you going to see here for the Huskies with 12 on the shot clock, 23 game clock, 1-point lead?
I think that you're going to see the ball get into Butler's hands. And, Jim, if you only have 12 seconds, you have got to make a move to get him the ball down low if possible, particularly if you got a guy like Crawford Gardner who's smaller, and that's who State puts out here on the floor. I think you get the ball to Butler where he has at least 8 seconds to operate.
All starters on the floor except for Ben Gordon, number 4 for UConn, a Husky freshman who's not afraid of taking the clutch shot. Hit the game winner in a Big East tournament game against Villanova.
I think if you go down, and a little change in assignments here. It's Hodge now giving a little bit more size, anticipating that Butler to be the man to touch it. Screen and roll action, and here he is.
Butler, Hodge defending. Butler with 1 second on the shot clock. A foul.
They called a foul.
Yes, they did. They called a foul on Hodge, and no one realized it for a while.
Unbelievable. This is going to be 3.
It's going to be 3 shots for Butler.
Never saw that one.
I don't think anyone heard the whistle.
Herb Sendak can't believe it. Hodge did a real good job staying with Butler. We'll see the play right here. It's exactly what you anticipated Connecticut would call. Hodge is out there on him. Some hand checking there were fouls, but I didn't see any foul on the shot.
Fouled on the shot, a 3-point shot. Well,
yes,
got a little piece of the hand, piece of the arm.
Yes, he did. He did get him on the side of the arm.
Swish with the first. Pack must have Butler miss 1 of the final 2 here.
Jim, you know, the reason why we were all faked out on that, Butler is so strong that even though he was hit on the arm, he was able to get that shot up there.
And the next one, so critical. Miller comes back on the floor. Butler with 31, that's the all-time opponent record for NC State. In an NCAA tournament game, breaking the Bill Walton 29 mark in an NCAA game by an opponent.
But a good job by Hodge, a nice defensive maneuver by Coach Sendak to put a bigger man on Butler, figuring he was going to try to post him up or take him down inside somehow.
This for the 4-point lead.
That could seal it.
10 for 10 at the line today. Caron Butler.
Grundy might as well take it to the basket right now.
Gonna drive on Brown. Now give it up Evtimov from the corner. Hits the three with 4 seconds. And a timeout. 1-point game.
Oh, now what the Hertzog is saying he got fouled.
They're not going to get the call.
They do get the timeout, and they wanted the foul. They're saying exactly the same call on the other end. Wow. And they do not get it here. Kick out, jump shot.
I didn't see any contact.
No, I didn't see that. It's not the same call at all.
4 seconds to go. UConn by 1.
From oil changes to brakes to tune-ups, customers feel confident knowing Midas Total Car Care has their car running in top shape.
She's running great. Let's jump the bridge.
But where do you go? You go. What are you gonna do? Total Car Care. Midas, we do that.
The Committee to Prolong a Life of Ugly, Annoying Weeds wants to know, do you really need a weed killer that works in 24 hours? Is it absolutely necessary to kill weeds down to the root so we never grow back? In short, do you really need Roundup?
No. Roundup's patented formula knocks out weeds in 24 hours.
24 hours? What's a rush?
Roundup knocks out weeds in 24 hours.
NC State has had a couple of thrilling last-second victories this year against Houston and Clemson. But
they're not going to guard the man taking the ball out of bounds. You'd like to foul Brown if you had a chance. You're going to foul Butler, and he has been the man on that foul line today. But good move by NC State. 0.6 of a second off on that one.
He's made all 10 of his free throw attempts.
Shoots 76% on the year.
It's a double bonus, too, now on both sides. So 2 shots for Butler.
Co-Big East Player of the Year has been the man of the hour for this team today.
Look, he's 10 for 10, and the team is 19 out of 20 in the free throw line. He just hit 3 out of 3 a moment ago. But the Wolfpack has worked its way back to where it would at least have a shot for a tie, perhaps even a shot for a win if Butler misses this one and they connect the 3.
They have 1 timeout left. I think in this kind of case, you get the ball in quickly to half court and call that timeout rather than try to bring it up the length of the floor.
3-point margin.
See if they do.
Melvin inbounds to Hodge. Hodge must hit it to send it to overtime. UConn advances to Syracuse.
Hodge so close by inches on the foul on Butler, and then the miss off the rim on the shot. He's on the floor right now.
On the back of Caron Butler. The UConn Huskies. Butler with a career-high 34. The Huskies advance to the Sweet 16.
Jim, just a matter of inches for Hodge. Just think he just did nip Butler on that jump shot and then just does miss what would have been a 3 to tie this game. Terrific job by a young team of NC State and a great job by the veteran Butler.
Hodge got a good look at it for the final shot.
He really did.
The East Regional in Syracuse. UConn is set to take on the winner of Southern Illinois, Georgia. Kentucky has already earned a berth there. Here's the final shot. Could he have advanced it any deeper?
He probably could have, but it was a pretty good job on his part. He was right there, as I said, a matter of inches right on the rim. And he falls to the ground, realizing so close but so far away.
The Chevrolet players of the game, Anthony Grundy and Caron Butler. UConn has won 11 straight games. Jim Calhoun is now 18-2 in first and second round games. His Huskies, one of the hottest teams in the nation. On to the Sweet 16 behind Caron Butler today. Let's send it to New York and Greg Gumbel.
Hey, Ray, look at this. Wall-to-wall entertainment. You want entertainment, Carl? I'll give you entertainment. Look, Carl, I'm a maniac. argument here.
Let's see their entertainment do this.
Whoa, Ray. I don't want to see anything do that.
At Blockbuster, the hottest new releases are guaranteed on DVD, so you'll always find the entertainment you want.
That's it, Carl. Shake what your mama gave you.
Make it a Blockbuster night.
Lay him down. Okay, you have a straight, impressive. You have a full house, jacks over tens. However, my friend here has the unbeatable pair of bacon and chicken. The king of clubs. Exactamundo. And nothing beats the king of clubs.
Isn't this the king of clubs?
No, that's a clover.
Taco Bell's new Club Chalupa is the king of clubs. All white meat chicken and smoked bacon in a crispy chalupa shell. Raise the stakes with the king of clubs and think outside the bun.
From oil changes to brakes to tune-ups, customers feel confident knowing Midas Total Car Care has their car running in top shape.
She's running great. Let's jump the bridge.
But where do you go? You go. What are you gonna do? Total Car Care. Midas, we do that.
The Committee to Prolong the Life of Ugly Annoying Weeds wants to know, do you really need a weed killer that works in 24 hours? Is it absolutely necessary to kill weeds down to the root so we never grow back? In short, do you really need Roundup?
Roundup's patented formula knocks out weeds in 24 hours.
24 hours? What's the rush?
Roundup knocks out weeds in 24 hours.
Greg Gumbel in New York. Second round action continues this evening. Take a look at what's coming up in the East. Southern Illinois against Georgia. Tip time 4:45 in Chicago. At 4:46 in Dallas, Xavier and Oklahoma will tip in the West. And then at 5:01 in the East, Wisconsin and top seed Maryland in Washington, D.C. The UConn Huskies move on to Syracuse as a member of the Sweet 16. 77-74 over NC State. Karan Butler, a career high 34 points. He also added 9 rebounds. In Dallas, the Texas Longhorns are in the Sweet 16 by virtue of a 68-64 win over the third seed in the Midwest, the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. In Chicago, Illinois moves on to Madison, Wisconsin. They'll play Kansas 72-60. The Illini beat Creighton. And in Pittsburgh, right now as we speak, 10:45 to play in the second half. Pittsburgh's Panthers with a 40-32 lead on the Golden Bears of California. The winner here moves on to Lexington with Joan Vern Lundquist and Bill Raftery.
Joe Shipp of Cal hoping for the bounce, doesn't get it. Cal in the midst of a serious drought that is approaching 6 minutes. They have fallen behind by 8 points now. 40-32. Pitt in the lead with 10:25 remaining in this one.
And it's so important. Brian Weathers and Joe Shipp have not been able to score at will. They haven't been able to post up for Cal. Pitt's done a magnificent job in the interior defense.
Amit Tamir from Jerusalem. And the drought continues. They just can't get a bounce. Leggins will try from 3. Still not there.
Plenty of time for a reset that trip, too. That's one of those, it's great if it goes, but boy, you're in trouble. 40-32 against a Pitt team that knows how to push you through the mill.
Both of these teams highlight their defensive units, and it's been that kind of game. You can see Cal hitting less than 30% for the day. Page, 2 more.
And Knight with the delivery as he's stepping in Page to knock it down.
First double-digit lead of the game. Cal calls a 30. Knight knocked out of bounds. 8 minutes and 40 seconds since Cal last had a field goal. Well, second round action coming here at Pitt and a little later this afternoon. Our second round games will feature Southern Illinois against Georgia, Xavier, Oklahoma, and Wisconsin against Maryland. Leggins picks up his 3rd foul. Knight.
And Brandon able to put it on the floor. Mom and Dad there enjoying it.
What a thrill for both of them. Of course, Brevin, great performer at Stanford, now in his pro career. And of course, this young guy who's, in a sense, a different type of player than Brevin, but yet bites you just like Brevin did. Runs the show, commands a lot of attention, and defensively so disruptive.
1 of 2 at this opportunity. Here's A.J. Diggs for California. Bears down by 12.
A nice show by Troutman.
Left side Hughes, entry pass. Deep in the post. How about that play by Troutman?
Great hustle. And Reed. Now they're a little upset in the baseline. I don't know if Joe Shipp might get a foul. Got to get the timeout on the save. That's what Joe Shipp was upset at.
7 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in regulation. Chevy Troutman, our early candidate for Chevy Player of the Game.
We're bringing this brand new car around today. It's called the Pontiac Vibe. Sounds like a party wagon. How you guys like it?
I love it.
Yeah?
It's pretty fat, yeah?
It's a fantastic car.
I'm a Vibe girl, yeah.
Big, oh, sweet. Look at that.
AC connection?
Yeah.
It's awesome. I can see it zipping around town.
This is the road trip mobile.
Look at this.
I like that. It sounds sharp.
I like the silver.
Control, circles.
It's built real tight, you know? This is my kind of ride.
Meet the new Pontiac Vibe, official vehicle for the NCAA championships.
44-32 with 7:34 remaining. And the absence of baskets now above 9 minutes. 9:06 since California last put one in the bucket. Here's Jerron Brown. They'll bring it back outside and work on the clock a little bit.
And Ben Howland's club does such a great job not taking a bad shot, putting themselves in a precarious position.
How about that pass? Great look. Great look. And equally good defensive play. Here's Joe Shipp. And they still can't find the bottom of the basket.
And easy. Donatas. Zavakis, he does get that temper going a little bit. He thought he got a piece. Nice run out. And Shipp in the middle of the floor did not charge. A lot of guys in that position would have given it up.
Weathers goes to the free throw line.
It's amazing, isn't it, when it goes bad?
Thinking of Gary McCoy, part of our golf broadcast team, who refers to that as the cellophane bridge over the hole in the golf. I think there's a cellophane bridge on top of the basket.
There may be. And well, if so, you've got to make sure on defense that you're solid. See if you can cause a bad shot or a turnover and get a run out.
It's an arid time for California.
We're bringing this brand new car around today. It's called the Pontiac Vibe. Sounds like a party wagon. How you guys like it?
I love it.
Yeah?
It's pretty fat, yeah?
It's a fantastic car.
I'm a Vibe girl, yeah.
Big, oh, sweet. Look at that.
AC connection?
Yeah.
It's awesome. I can see it zipping around town.
This is the road trip mobile.
Look at this.
I like that. It sounds sharp.
I like the silver.
Control, circles.
It's built real tight, you know? This is my kind of ride.
Meet the new Pontiac Vibe.